and we're back to some more Rage. 2 more videos, including this current one, until the post-op commentary portions of the session, or of the game, rather, are over. So here we get the mission to head to the Dead City. Well, not quite as interesting as a certain other Dead City that some people may know about. Here I'm just apparently having trouble remembering where the entrance is. There we go, it's under the bridge. Well, it's certainly not quite as interesting as a certain other Dead City in the Chernobyl exclusion zone. It's a pretty fun place on the first time through. And we finally get to see some, what's the word? Variety in the mutants. Oh, and that's, that loading screen image, totally not a spoiler as to what we're going to be fighting pretty soon. Nope, not at all. So for some reason, I'm starting off this area with the, there we go, that's a more appropriate weapon for the situation. Hey, friend. There we go. There we go. God, it's almost like the real-time commentary. Like, saying absolutely nothing for 30 seconds while I'm shooting 3 enemies. Though I suppose there isn't really a whole lot to say in this particular area. Actually, come to think of it, there are 2 other Dead Cities I could mention in 2 different certain other games. Just kind of carrying on the thought from earlier. Okay, let's try backing away and speaking up a little bit. Make the voice a little better. Well, here I'm wondering just why the hell this bloom effect is being applied to this light that isn't properly functioning. And of course, instead of worrying about the thing that walked over there, I looked at the little leaf type thing that looked a bit like a car cover being thrown around. I wonder, could this possibly be a battle arena? Yep. Cue the save. So it starts off simple enough, you know, something not unexpected for this game by this point. You know, a swarm of regular mutants. Some of them kind of getting stuck over there for some reason. And of course being unable to effectively reload the shotgun because every time you try to sprint, it stops your reload. I think my first time playing through this... Oh, by the way, a new enemy. Way back there in the background. Yeah, I think the first time I was playing through this, it was only on the regular Nightmare. Which, of course, doesn't limit the amount of money you get so badly. But I think at this point, I had already purchased the upgrade that not only increases the magazine size of the shotgun, but makes it reload with a magazine instead of a shell at a time. Well, 2 shells at a time because, hey, why not copy-paste the weird Doom 3 system? Now, eventually here, I start doing things a little more intelligently in terms of fighting this big guy. That obviously isn't it. Unfortunately, the little one doesn't quite stick around long enough for it to be, for that zapper to have been effective. We're getting a whole lot of frame rate issues here in the preview. We just closed down Media Player. So this isn't exactly the added intelligence I was speaking of, though using the stronger ammo certainly does help. There we go, adrenaline overdrive. This is something I didn't really use too much in my first playthrough because, well, honestly, if you've ever played this game on regular Nightmare mode, it's not exactly hard enough to need it, really. But the big boost in health really helps with this kind of enemy. And frankly, it would help a lot. Well, for one thing, if I used it a lot earlier in this fight, because now I've got 50 seconds left, and it's pretty much going to be wasted, because I don't think there's anything that hard to fight. In fact, we're getting into a big, well, a semi-big area where there's no combat whatsoever. Seems like such a waste, considering how hard it can be to get all the ingredients you need to make these. Of course, here I am just dicking around. What weapon do I want to use? No, it's not like I should be focusing on getting to the next little bit of combat. Oh my god, it's a badly textured hand. 9, 8, 7, yeah. The scripted event doesn't even have time to start before this thing runs out. What a waste. So here, it's the waiting game, basically. You just sit here and wait until the horrible sounding mutant sounds play long enough that they bust down the doors, or the wooden planks. Now what am I doing here? Nothing, I guess. Yep, just a matter of waiting until the planks get broken down, and then it's, you know, enemies throwing knives at you, occasionally walking in, and more of the same, really. Just basically, it's essentially, you know, more or less a trope of the old style first-person shooters. Monster closets, ambushes, all mixed with modern shooting conventions such as regenerating health. So of course, when this is all done, the door just kind of casually falls over, because, you know, it's not like anybody could have knocked it over themselves. No, it just does it when it wants to. I'm a fucking door, I do what I want. Alright, pulling out the old sniper rifle here, still in bolt action mode, because I didn't do that side mission yet. I think I ended up doing that in the next video, possibly. Or maybe in this one. Not entirely sure. There we go. Of course, it's always nice to see a shotgun having the effective range of, like, 2 meters. It's not like the shots fizzle out, they just do dick for damage past 2 meters. And looking at the video preview screen here, it looks like I actually missed something on that desk. I hope it wasn't anything particularly important. Okay, yeah. Now that I think of that little pause there was just a pause for a break. And here I'm just kind of wondering why the weapon goes into a sprint animation when you just press the sprint button. Oh boy, this doesn't look like another arena at all. Nope, not at all. Oh, it's this annoying fucker. It's like a bigger, more annoying version of the tentacle monster type guys in Doom 3. To this date, I still have no idea how to more or less effectively dodge that tentacle attack. It's it, like, no matter what I try, it seems to be down to a roll of the dice. But of course, that dice being weighted in 5 out of 6 sides, and the 6th side being the one that doesn't, or that results in him not hitting you. It's annoying as shit, because I'd like to know how the hell I survived that one right there. Like, this is in reference to later on when I do the first mandated, what's it called, Mutant Bash TV. Like, he rammed right into me there when I'm pretty sure I was at near full health. And it just ignored both defib charges and made me go through the whole damn thing again. There we go, come on, reload. Reload, you fucking piece of garbage. That was intentional, actually. I'm not bullshitting you there. That was intentional just to use the defib and use the little electric attack, and I guess it worked. Of course, we gotta throw a few more regular mutants at you. You know, just to introduce the possibility of the rage factor. Oh hey, what a pun. You know, get through that big mini-boss, just barely survive, and if you're not lucky, oh, this one little enemy killed me right after all that shit. And here I remember remarking that, once again, you got something that, some horrible, horrendous gore. And it just doesn't seem as bad as it should seem. Because, I don't know, something about the art style of the game just makes horribly bloody scenes like that not look very, evil, for a more fitting term. Totally not a precursor to what's going to happen soon. Okay, so that doesn't work until you turn on the power. Which means follow the magically glowing cable, because, you know, obviously players would never find this power box if the game didn't hold their hand through it. And hey, who would have predicted ambush? You look at these assholes just rushing at me. You can't just let me pick up all the glowing boxes of crap. What jerks. Especially this fucker. Old hiking boots. That's probably worth about $1 in the small object category. Better follow the glowing line to the thing you have to activate, like you'd never find it otherwise. Brr, 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 brr. Oh, and get ready for something really terrible. An annoying, very powerful new enemy. Of course, in this case, it's terrible as in, you know, you don't like fighting them because they're incredibly difficult. Not terrible as in badly designed. And guess what? You get to fight a lot of them in this level. I mean, it's not a bad thing, because, hey, challenge. Oh boy, better make the doors glow. And by this level, I mean both halves of Dead City. So again, it's more of the same, with some pseudo-creepy music and an Easter egg. Plus, you know, that little string motif that half of that string motif that I've heard like 1.5 million times ever since I played New Vegas. You know, that sort of thing that the brass does. It's strange. It's like, you know, it's a big part of the Nipton theme in Fallout New Vegas. And I seem to hear it everywhere in all of these, in all sorts of media these days, ever since that game came out. Yep, see, there's the first half of it right there. Here I'm just kind of wandering, I'm not sure why. Oh, because initially I didn't actually look on this side. Gee, I wonder how you are supposed to get through here. I mean, there are explosives next to the door, and they are glowing. Oh, wow, I guess you have to shoot the explosives. I just love using that kind of voice for pointing out things like this, because it really does feel like it expects you to be like an automaton that needs directions fed to them to figure anything out. Monster closets, everybody! Monster closets. Nothing really new to say here either, other than I think there are 3 of these enemies in total. This area. Ducked it, motherfucker. If you're lucky enough to fight them one at a time here, they aren't too bad, but, you know, of course, what are they going to do? Well, we're going to make this door intentionally open retardedly slowly, and then spawn 100 enemies for you to fight at once, because cliches. And like I said, in addition to the, you know, foot soldier, generic, standard, whatever term fits best mutants, you get, it looks like 2 of the big badasses. Of course, now the door is open, I didn't really notice it because I was too busy shooting. But at this point, you can actually just run down the stairs and out the door. The main door will shut behind you, and you won't have to bother with any of these. Of course, that doesn't often come to mind when you're in the middle of fighting and trying to reload while running away, getting 1 shell and in the game deciding, "Hi, you can't reload while running? That is totally unrealistic. Never mind the fact that we've got regenerating health." Now, I don't remember precisely, but I think here I might do the intentional dying, get defibbed sort of thing. Or I might burn through all my bandages. Ah, there we go. Now I finally notice the door rush out. Of course, my thoughts at that point were, maybe if I come out here I'll have more space to fight, and then the gates just silently close behind you for some reason. Enough for 1 mag. Good enough. For now at least. And of course, all throughout this level, in the original commentary, it was making references to memory I remember running into in this level. Oh my god. I didn't even notice how bad the van textures were when I zoomed in when I was playing. Well, I've gone on about it. I went on a lot about the textures enough in like part 1 through 4 and the intro to each episode, so I don't think I need to go over it again too much. But yeah, I kept referencing a memory I had of this area where you fought the Authority. Now, of course, every time I was completely wrong about when it happened, which leads me to believe that it has to be in the second time you go to this area. In fact, I'm pretty sure every single one of these mission areas is reused, like used for two different quests. Just kind of walking through a shanty town right now. And getting stuck in a corner because, hey, why not? Remember, things do get a little more interesting a little later on. Just a bit further. Judging by the waveforms I'm seeing ahead in the video, it perhaps is in this particular part instead of in the next one. Here, I remember that I accidentally loaded 2 shots into this thing. Which, again, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before in this series, but this becomes almost completely worthless as soon as you pick up the regular shotgun. Like, there's almost no point in using it. I don't remember if I said this before, but that's a pretty fancy bit of bloom. But I remember always myself just, later on in the game when you get some fancier ammo for the shotguns, I always put the explosive ammo into this and just used it for that. It's really the only point I ever found to it. Which sucks, because it's like one of those things you get for pre-ordering the game or buying the game for $20 2 months after it came out. And yeah, it's useful in Ghost Hideout. After that, you're out of ammo. And that's it, pretty much. Oh, also, rocket launcher. Yes, this is a very nice weapon, you see. I wonder what they could have given me a rocket launcher for. Oh. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Now this is definitely very much an old school enemy. An old school boss fight. Except with, a little indicator type thing to show you where to aim. Of course, timing is very crucial and a big pain in the ass to get right a lot of the time. A lot of the time, it's almost like some of the timing for this... it's almost like the timing for the shots like that is... needs to be accurate to the frame. It's like, this fight took me 1 try, so I didn't bother cutting anything in it. But a lot of times here, you'll see me firing pretty much at the same point that I fired and hit that first time. And it'll end up missing. Yeah, like right there. So to be a bit more precise, the entire tactic for this battle is basically fire at the right time when he's throwing the rocks. When the glowing blue bit pops up. Hit him twice. Then eventually he'll get angry, punch the ground, you have to dodge that. When he grabs the side of the building, you shoot him in the exposed brain that starts to glow. And rinse and repeat for the old Nintendo cliche of 3 times, and you're done. Not a hard battle. Like, not hard at all. It's just getting the timing right while he's about to throw. That can be an issue. Like, I'm pretty sure I run out of ammo and have to go about picking up new ammo and trying again, like, 3 times total. Not including the first time I went and refilled ammo. It's all because it's so hard to get the timing down right for this first shot. And really, that's all there is to this battle. Just keep doing the same damn thing, keep running out of the way. Dodging these things isn't really any harder vanilla than it is here with my boost, with my custom tweaks to the movement speed, just to make the game a little more fun. It doesn't matter if you get hit once. As long as you're decent enough at dodging, you'll you'll end up fine without having to heal or die. And of course, if you screw up, you still got your defib to worry about. Or your defib to back you up, rather. And, well, that's really about it. There's nothing else in this video about this boss fight, so I'll cut off the commentary track here.